Okay, hi you guys. Since I released my manipulation video, I got a lot of response and requests. Thank you. Mostly about what the hell did I do to get that kind of growth in 4 months. Look, I'm with you. I was just as surprised. I mean, basically, like most of you, when I started, I didn't do a big chop. I was a transitioner. I mean, this head is just too big. You think it's hair, it's head too. It ain't cute. So with that said, I kind of, slowly, in that process, I got a lot of tangles, got a lot of dreads, and because I was still trying to comb through conditioner and things like that, like I did with permed hair, and it was just, causing a mess at the transition point. And then I got to a point where, that caused me to wet it every day, only out of desperation, really. I really wasn't thinking about trying to save anything, because there really wasn't anything to save, and my hair was feeling weird. And so anyway, once I got to the point of cutting all the permed hair out, that's when my hair really changed. It's really interesting, even just having that last inch of permed hair, how different my hair responded and looked and felt once I cut that last bit off. It's kind of a strange phenomenon, actually, when you think about it. You wouldn't think cutting an inch of permed hair off would change what was happening from the root to that point, but it did. I wasn't binding it or braiding it or anything at night, so when I woke up, there was no real saving the fro or saving the curls, because it was just like, smashed to the side of my face or whatever. So just out of, not out of looking crazy when I woke up, it was like for the first 2 or 3 months, I was co-washing, daily, to be quite honest. Every day I was getting in the shower and re-wetting my hair. And there was also days where, once I got it wet, it still felt soft. It wasn't, it really felt really soft. So there was a couple of days where I just wet my hair, and just as if I had conditioner, my hair was really kind of like almost massaging the water in as if I had conditioner. And I just kept doing that and kept doing that. And again, I really had no theory behind it. It was just a matter of when I got up, that smushed fro look wasn't really what I was going for. So my product choices and trials at that point became about the moisturizing after the co-wash or wash, and trying to find a styling product that might hold the curl out. I wasn't very successful until I started experimenting with the icy gel. So with that said, my best advice is, especially in the beginning stages when your hair is relatively short, you're brand new 100% free of chemical, your hair really, my hair did the same thing. It went from being okay, especially feeling moisture wise, to just just like I don't know what happened. So my thought process after making that last video was that, wow, I think just my not being afraid to get it wet every day, because that's kind of still in our minds, that we're afraid of water, and with this natural hair, I will say it over and over again now that was the best thing I could have done. So as far as shampoos, try to find something that when you're rinsing it out, I don't think it necessarily at that point has to be butter smooth, but there should be a sense of cleanse and clean. if you find kind of the natural shampoos work for you, by all means. I typically switch and alternate with a more natural product. Again, I tend to like the bubbles. I don't know, as I go through this process, that may change once I get more comfortable with doing some of the other things, homemade things. But again, I mean, if it feels good, and you know, when you're putting it in and when you're rinsing it out, you still feel some moisture left over, you know, it's the best advice, you know, because we're all such a mixed bag. I know some of us have really deep protein issues, but as long as I think your shampoo is kind of free of protein and you concentrate on the shampoo being more about cleansing and not so much on moisturizing or adding protein at that point, and then let the conditioner do all the moisturizing. So as far as conditioners, again, I think it's important. I think we all need some sort of protein. I mean, that is what, at least what is known to add strength to the hair. But again, I didn't leave it in. It was just in the shower, and I think that slow buildup and not doing that full blast of just letting it sit and just, I think it burns the hair out. Some of you, I guess, have good results with it, but I think the rest of us that maybe are in these fragile stages, until we really build up that strength, you know, that old adage of too much of a good thing, you know, usually isn't a good thing. So I think it was the combination of allowing my hair to get wet every day, because let's face it, water is really the only true natural moisturizer. I mean, yeah, there were natural oils and things like that, but what I'm saying is that the water is the truest thing that your hair can easily absorb, and not only that, but the massaging of the scalp on a daily basis ensures that your scalp is clean and free of debris and excess oils. Could you imagine, you know, I'll relate that to, you know, we wash our bodies every day. I mean, it's the same skin. So would you go a week and just add lotion for a week to your skin and never wash it? I mean, can you imagine that? You know, I think some of the old, I'm gonna call them wives' tales about our hair, and especially once we go natural, start to come into play. And you know, again, I really don't think those were, I think, you know, we did the best that we could, but I think it was a matter of not really having the time, and our focus was elsewhere, so we were slapping oils and things in our hair just to try to, you know, tame it and keep it back and have it maybe have the appearance of health. But I really believe that most of us need to maybe take a step back and, you know, realize that, you know, if you've been doing these things and you're not finding growth, your hair doesn't feel healthy, doing it more isn't, you know, obviously isn't to your benefit. So sometimes doing the opposite of what you think you know, might actually be the clue to what to do.